Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Yes, I have not uploaded since the update video when I said that I was going to upload again, but if you can understand the heat that we've had in this country for the last few days, you just don't want to do anything. So the last 2-3 days we've had this thing, what they're calling the canicule over here in France, which is basically where the temperatures have hit some stupid ass temperatures. Like the other day it recorded at 48 or 49 degrees centigrade, and yeah, you felt like you was on fire. As you can see, probably in my face and my shoulders and that, I am completely sunburnt and it is not very pretty. It doesn't feel very nice either. I had to take a few days off anyway. I was kind of feeling a bit blocked creatively after making the update video. I said I had loads of cool stuff in the works, but as soon as I found the creativity for it, the weather decided to kill itself and set fire to half the planet. Luckily though, today it's dropped down. We're about 26 degrees now, which is quite nice. So it's a nice working temperature, which means today we're actually going to do some stuff to the car. I've got a few preparations to do for the road trip down to Spain. Well, as you guys know, I've obviously got to take a lot of gear down. We've got to take drum kit and probably some of Nick's bass gear as well. That's we're doing a lot of gigs down there. So I thought to myself, what would be a good idea and what should hopefully make some more space in the car is if I dismantle the back seats and try and make it a flat loading bay. Because you can fold the back seats down in that car, but when you do that, you lose a hell of a lot of height. Because it's only a small hatchback as it is, you end up losing quite a few inches of height to put things in. I'm not leaving for another 29 days, so it's basically a month away, but I want to get things ready now as I've got a lot of gigs coming up here in France this month. Every Saturday this month I've got gigs, so I'm not really going to have time at the weekends to do anything else. I don't really have a lot of time today, so I'm probably only going to be able to get the seats dismantled today and maybe get the loading bay as flat as I can, maybe put like a board in it or something. But what I'm aiming to do is film a load of videos this week while it's quite cool, and then line them up for you over the next few weeks, because I'm trying to make it so the channel's got at least one video a week, especially while I'm away, because it's going to be very, very complicated to keep track of everything when I'm over there, because I've got a lot of stuff to do. But in any case, let's go out there. It's just cooled down. The sun's just gone away, which is amazing. So that means it's going to be nice working temperature. I'm going to bring the car up to here, and then we're going to hopefully find out how these seats come out. It shouldn't be too difficult. I asked on the Fiat owners group. They said it's only a few bolts, so hopefully it should be quick and easy, and we can see how much space it actually makes taking these seats out. Downside is it feels a bit windy, so the camera audio might be a bit crap, so I apologise for that. This was actually another thing I forgot to show you guys. I actually fixed the boot. If you remember rightly, it used to only come up to about there because of the old struts that somebody didn't put in correctly when I bought the car. So now I fixed it and it actually goes all the way up. Hooray! Quick mods with John. But as you can see, I went on a camping trip the other day with a few friends. Went a bit of urban camping, loving life. I need to clean out the boot. So as you can see, the boot does need a bit of a clean, and most of the other carpets is like this, but it's always been like this for, well, since I bought it basically. So I'm hoping to make a video in the near future, hopefully before I leave, of doing a full interior clean and detail in here, because I mean, that's my jacket, but you know, it just needs it, and it'll be much nicer and much more presentable if I could do that in time. So that is the aim eventually, but for now we're going to try and get the seats out. I've got the boot cleared. There's a few bits here that I need to put away. Then we're going to try and get the seats out, and it should make a rather large loading bay, to be honest, because the boot itself is actually surprisingly big in this car. I've said it before, for a small car the boot is extremely big and deep as well. Like it's very deep. It's like my hand and wrist depth, which is pretty solid, because I've got friends that have got cars the same size and the boots are smaller. So my guys come out to help me out, haven't you? You've come out to help me. Yeah, fat chance of that. That ain't gonna happen. So this is the current situation. This is the back seats that we've got. I don't actually know what model these seats are from because the car's a bit weird. So the car itself is a dynamic model. It's a Stilo JTD Dynamic, and the seats in this are very similar to the ones you find in the sport models. So I don't actually know if the interior had been changed by a previous owner or not, because these seats are the same ones that you'd find in the 1.4 Sports and the R-Baths and things like that. So, you know, not complaining or anything, they are very nice seats, but it's time to take them out. So now what I'm guessing is that this bracket here leads to underneath there, I think. I think it leads to underneath the seat there, yeah, you see. So I'm sure it's that bracket there, and I think there's 3 of them, and then the bottom parts come off. And I'm sure the top goes with them because the tops just fold. Like these parts here just fold down, so I'm sure you just unbolt them, and then the whole unit just comes out. So we're going to give that a try and see. To be honest, for the amount of times I have people in the back of my car, there's not really much point having the back seats in it. I only really use it for lugging gear around. I never have more than one person in it, so it doesn't really seem to be much point in having them in there anyway at the moment. So we've encountered a little problem. As you can see on this side, it's a bit rounded off. It was already rounded off, so nobody ever dirt me in the comments. It was already like that. So this is a bit pants. I don't know how else I'm supposed to do this, really. But the other side came unbolted. That was fine. But I think the 2 seats are actually attached somewhere here. So the whole thing lifts up. The problem with that is I haven't got the faintest idea what I'm doing. So I might have to go back inside real quick, see if I can find a quick tutorial on it, and then come out and see if I can actually do it, because this just seems weird. Right, well, I found out how to take the seats out, which is good. Found all the bolts, fine and dandy. No issues there whatsoever. I can't get the out though. I must have been out there in this heat for about 15-20 minutes trying to get one bolt out, and they're all rounded off. All of them have already been taken out before and have all been rounded off. And because they're all T's, they're all T9s I think, all Torx fittings, they're a freaking disaster to get off as it is, let alone with them being rounded off. So I'll show you what I mean. So here's the car. Seats are folded down and rolled forward. As you can see, there's a bolt there. There's a bolt that side, which is the only one that's come off. And then there's 2 there. There's also one on the front that I showed you earlier that's rounded off. None of them will come out. Absolutely none of them. They're all rounded off. And they've all been rounded off previously, which is why I can't get them off. It's not me that's rounded them off. They've previously been rounded off. And that's a joke. That has really peed me off. It should be a 5-minute thing. Take out 6 bolts, seats come out, done. And because the previous owner doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, he's fucked it up. Well, now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. My whole video was supposed to be this, and now whoever dick face was that owned this before didn't know how to take bolts out properly, and so now I'm stuck with my seats half out. So out of all the files that I recorded, the one file that I wanted to put at this point in the video was completely corrupted. So I'm going to have to do a quick voiceover here while you watch this footage of me hoovering the boot. So basically what actually happened is I went out for the afternoon, I came home and I managed to find a solution to getting the seats out. I asked my dad for a hand. We found a different size Torx fitting, we hammered them in, and we managed to use a ratchet to get the bolts out. So all the bolts were out, the seats removed as you can clearly see, and it was an absolute mess under there. Whoever owned the car before me really didn't look after the car, and to be fair I should have done this sooner. But in any case, what is actually going on here, I'm just hoovering it out. I'm going to give it a good old clean, kind of give it the valet treatment, and make it nice and clean and tidy so that it can still be used. That is pretty much what the whole clip before said, except for I had no t-shirt on and I thought I was extremely sexy. Back to the video. And there we have it. That is so much better. Look at that. Look at the size of this loading bay now. Jesus. It's obviously not hoovered out to perfection because, I mean, the carpets are very old in this. But overall, it looks a hell of a lot better than it did. And I've got the back seats out, which means I've got a massive van now. Look at this thing, man. If I'd have bought a 3-door model of this car, I think I would have done this straight off the bat and just taken the seats out and left them out. Because in a 3-door car, what's the point in having 5 seats? Not really any point. But unfortunately, this is a 4-door, so it looks a bit weird without the seats in the back from the outside. So they will go back in eventually, but for now and while I'm in Spain, there's no point in having the seats in there, and it's just a lot of weight for no reason. Can also appreciate that arch gap. Like, oh my god. What is that? First of all, you're going to have to excuse the lighting in this. I kind of forgot to film an outro earlier because I kind of came in, sat down, chilled out because it got a bit hot and I started playing some Mass Effect and I completely forgot about the video. In any case, here are the seats. They are here now. I've got them upstairs with me. I don't know where I'm going to put them. They're just in the middle of my bedroom at the minute, so I don't really know where they're going to go, but they're out successfully. So I think that's going to wrap this video up anyway, guys. I've got a few more ideas that have come to mind as I've been doing this video today, so hopefully I'm going to have plenty of uploads to come in the near future. I'm going to keep it to the 1 video a week schedule because that worked really well for me. That gave me a whole week to allow for weather, recording, editing and uploading, because my internet is not very good, so it takes a long time to actually upload a video. So doing 1 video a week works great for me. It doesn't make me feel overworked, it doesn't make me kind of die inside. So anyways, like I said, that's going to wrap this video up. If you did enjoy it and you're new to the channel and you want to see more like this, why not click that big red subscribe button down there and click the bell notification icon as well. Make sure you leave a like and a comment and all that good stuff down there as well. It means the world to me. Love reading the comments, I love seeing the likes come in. If you're going to dislike it, go for it. I'm past caring now. It just happens everywhere. I'm just used to it now. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for checking it out. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll catch you in the next one.